tales. Sit back and listen to our bartender tales. I'll bring you around, drinking on down to the tales we tell.
I'm Doug. Not Douglas or Dougie, just Doug. I'm Doug. So, I'm a bartender. I'm working late last night, trying to make some good tips. Got to put the kids through college, And I hadn't had time to even take much rest because my wife started a fight just after I arrived home, and my kids were making these weird noises throughout the night as well. And I'm feeling dizzy because I worked at this construction site all day, and then at night I go over to the bar to work the late shift. So anyway, it's a Monday night, but thank God the bar's not that crowded. And I'm listening to the stereo in the bar, and at last I'm kind of feeling like I'm enjoying life because I can finally get a little bit of rest. It's not too busy, so I can relax a little bit. And, I noticed these two dudes discussing something for quite a long time over in the corner. They're probably not discussing how much they should tip. Cheapskates. Anyway, after a little bit, the bar's general manager comes over to talk to me, and he says, "So, how have you been, Doug?" And I say, "Yeah, I'm all right, man." And he goes, "Everything going good?" And I'm looking down. I go, "Yeah, everything's quite okay, I guess. Except I don't make nearly enough money, even with 2 jobs." I didn't say that part out loud. "Well, what do you mean, you guess? Just lay it out on me, man," he says. So I take a deep breath, and I go, "Okay, here's the thing. I work at a construction site nearby during the daytime, and the pay isn't good enough, and because of that, So the general manager taps my shoulder and says, "Hey, why don't we talk about this over a drink, huh?" And I go, "Yeah, sure." So we sit down together for a drink. The GM says, "So tell me what's troubling you." Oh, and I go, "It's not that much." And he says, "Really? Your facial expression suggests something else, man. If you're having a hard time talking about your family issues, maybe we can discuss something else." I go, No, it's okay. Let's talk about it. Talking about it kind of makes me feel better." So he says, "Great, go ahead." So he starts pouring the drink, hands it to me and says, "Here, take this." And I finally relax a little bit and I say, "Here's the thing. Everything's kind of fucked up, man. I don't have much money. The kids are always messing something up. I hate them sometimes, and I know what that sounds like, but please don't judge me." So the GM goes, I know. But here's the thing. Sometimes even my family's got money problems, and my kids mess up too. Sometimes I wish they hadn't even been born, but, you gotta stick with them. No matter what, they're your family, right? And I go, yeah, I know. Now, meanwhile, that duo that I noticed over in the corner discussing something for a long time, they're definitely not discussing tips. They're still talking really intensely over in the corner. Suddenly, both the general manager and I notice that those 2 guys are arguing really heavily about something. And it looks like that situation was about to get worse. So the GM says, "Doug, get back. This is going to be bad, I think. Go get the phone. I think we're going to have to call 911. So I run for the phone at the bar. And now the older-looking guy pulls out a knife without warning and tries to stab the younger guy. But thankfully, he misses. And the older guy says, "You asshole, you think I'm going to let that piece of land belong to you? What do you think I am, a 3rd grader?" And suddenly the general manager grabs the older guy's arm and calls out to me and goes, "Doug, get the knife." But I froze. I was afraid, and I couldn't get it. I just couldn't move. So then the older guy throws the general manager over the table, and I'm on the phone now dialing 911, and thank God the police arrived just in the nick of time before anybody got hurt. And that was the end of that story. But man, was that a crazy night.
Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, or buy us around.